exposing the mega mansion in Beverly Hills. The one everyone thought was dead. It's very much alive. 10101 Angelo View Drive, bought by trailer park mogul Micheal H. Scott in 2014, is under construction right now. The revised permit shows a 4-story structure, nearly 67,000 square feet of house, about 31,000 square feet of party decks. Plans were scaled down from a proposed giga mansion, but this is still enormous. Assessed near $39.7 million, worked on since 2018 by multiple contractors. Neighbors say Scott skipped a full environmental review. They warn of noise, they warn of traffic, they warn of years of disruption. 2 years left to finish, and the canyon isn't ready.
Today we're going to be talking about one of the most requested mega mansions in Leh that we've ever talked about here on the channel. Before the thing is, though it's not exactly a mansion yet, this house is still actually half built. It's been under construction for around 8 years now. And like most of these monster properties around Leh over the course of those 8 years, this property has been the source of plenty controversy. The owner was trying to build the biggest mansion the city has ever heard of. That final building size on this one was not clear, but some people said that it was a 139,000 square foot house. Yes, you heard that right. A 130,000 square foot house. Those plans were asked through following intense neighbor opposition. These neighbors were convinced that he was not trying to build a house. He was trying to just build a big party mansion. The place was originally planned to have 3 swimming pools, a helipad, tennis pavilions, 6 bars, a deck that could hold up to 550 people, at least 19 bathrooms, and an aviary. And even though now we know that those original plans were scrapped, there's still construction happening at this property to this day. Today, let's talk about this infamous property that is being built at 10,101 Angelo View Drive in Beverly Hills, California. But before we talk about it, let us refresh our memory with our clothes. Well, use Tide, it can clean your clothes very well. But guess what, the laundry detergent we used before, that is old style. We have a new oils called Evo, Tide, Evo, Dry, laundry detergent, Tiles, launched nationwide in April. Tide Evo is a 100% concentrated, dry laundry detergent tile that dissolves in cold water to remove stains, odors, and brighten clothes without plastic jugs or added water. These 2 by 2 inch tiles are made of 6 layers of compressed, spun detergent fibers. And when I tried it, it cleaned my clothes really well, and everyone started telling me that my clothes look so clean, and you can buy this in your local Walmart, Target, and Amazon. So buy them so that you can make your laundry easy. Now let's get back to the episode. Now first, just to get a lay of the land, the location of the lot that we're talking about today is just about prime as you can get. We're in the Beverly Crest neighborhood, a neighborhood that's sandwiched between Bel Air, the Hollywood Hills, and Beverly Hills, and Sherman Oaks. Anyways, getting into the history here, the story of 10,101 Angelo View Drive started back in April of 2014. At the time, the original listing description called this the last promontory available in Leh featuring over 3 acres of land, crowned in a dramatic 1,000-foot elevation from LA's basin, with the ability to construct a home over 35,000 square feet. Speaking of the guy who walked through this house and decided to buy it, his name is Micheal Scott. Surprisingly, there's not much information about Micheal Scott, but he is described as a trailer park magnate by some sources, meaning he made most of his money owning and developing mobile home parks. His company was called Court and Scott, which, according to the last data I could find, the company was founded in 2001, but dissolved in 2020. At the time, their company bio from their website, which has now been taken down, said that they acquired over 9,500 mobile home spaces for one. I did not know that there is so much money in mobile home parks. And the second thing is that it is not clear why Micheal Company got taken down, but I can only assume that at some point in the past couple of years, him and his partner sold and rode off into the sunset. What I think is that it will take 2 or 3.5 more years till the house is finished, and I don't think by the time he is done, he will even care about his house. Let's just have our hands crossed that they put this house for sale so that we can actually see this house buy, and I will see you in the next episode. When Micheal bought Angelo View Drive in 2014, though he must have been at the peak of his success as a mobile home park developer, because he wasted no time getting plans submitted to the city to build his new mansion. Now, for the next part of the story, it's going to feel like I am jumping ahead a little bit. And the reason for that is when these plans were originally submitted in 2014, surprisingly, there was no news coverage at that time saying there's going to be some crazy build in Beverly Hills. That is because the news outlets didn't start picking up the story until the city of Los Angeles rejected the plans, which we will get into this episode. Now, before we get to this video about how the neighbors were annoyed about this mansion, let us refresh our memory with our internet. Well, Xfinity is the right one. Xfinity Wi-Fi works by providing a private home network via a rented gateway while simultaneously broadcasting a separate public hotspot, Xfinity Wi-Fi, or Xfinity for other users. It enables, for eligible customers and Xfinity mobile users, automatic access to millions of hotspots nationwide, using the Xfinity app to securely connect. You see, my friends used to tell me that my office Wi-Fi is bad, but when I started using Xfinity, my friends started asking me what kind of Wi-Fi I was using, that it really worked well. And they also have Comcast that provides residential and business services, including high-speed internet, cable/fiber, digital cable TV, mobile phone service, and home security. It offers bundled packages, home Wi-Fi equipment, streaming apps, and, through its Internet Essentials program, low-cost options for eligible households. And when I also use Comcast in my house, my daughter Olivia told me that she could watch the Weather Channel easily, so use the promo code 1RYKX9, and you will save up to 9% of your money. Now let's get back to the video. So it was April of 2016 when a couple reporters came out stating that plans for one of LA's biggest mansions ever have been asked. They said that Micheal Scott's plans that he submitted called for a house that was over 880,000 square feet. Although, like I said in the start of the episode, some opponents claimed that the home would be as big as 139,000 square feet. Based on the information alone, you can kind of imagine why neighbors were pushing back, and they were a little bit opposed to this house going up in their neighborhood. Like, you gotta remember, this is high-end neighborhood, so plopping down an 80,000 plus square feet house. So plotting a 80,000 plus square foot mansion would be a little out of place. When the owner Micheal was getting all this backlash, he did write a letter to the LA city attorney in March of 2015, saying, hey, my house is only going to be 62,907 square feet above a basement. And the house above a basement detail is an important piece of information because, yeah, the base is where there is a lot of descriptions. The building plans showed that the basement would be a 3-story basement just by itself, and it would measure almost 40,000 square feet in total. At that time, there was this old city ordinance that said that basement square footage on hillside homes did not need to be included in livable square footage calculations. A way that a developer could skirt these rules, at least back in the day, is that they would build the house to only be a certain size that could kind of fit within the box. And then all the basement square footage would sort of be free square footage, because according to the city standards back then, that square footage didn't count. So Micheal might have thought that he was going to be able to skirt the rules here by adding a basement and basically doubling the size of his house. But his neighbors caught on. They were not having it. In fact, they were actually kind of pissed that he was trying to do this. There was a few key issues that neighbors had with the project. For one, they felt like if you are building a house this big, you are basically building a commercial entertainment complex. You're not building a single family home, but the neighbors were also losing it over what the construction process would look like. The development here was going to require hauling out over 50,000 cubic yards of dirt from the building site, which would have stopped traffic on Benedict Canyon for 15 minutes every hour, with over 10,000 hauling trips needing to be completed, and this would carry on for at least a year. So just picture that for a second. If you're a neighbor and you live down the street and you're trying to go to work every day, or come home from work every day, or do anything else, for that matter, it would be highly likely that at least once per day for at least a year, you wouldn't be able to leave your house, or you wouldn't be able to get back to your house because the street your house is on is closed for construction. At one point, the owner, Micheal, tried to say, "Hey, I don't need to take all of my dirt down Benedict Canyon, and I just need access to the property below, and I'll ferry my soil down the hill to trucks down there." Well, as it turns out, the guy who owns the property below was not cool with dirt being dragged across his property during construction. In fact, he wasn't just opposed to dirt being transported across his property, he was opposed to the entire development happening up the hill from his house altogether. Another red flag with this whole situation was not just what's going to happen during the construction process, but everyone was also worried of what was going to happen when the house ultimately finished. I mean Michael Scott, neighboring neighborhood called Beverly Park, but he flat out told the Wall Street Journal in January of 2015 that the rules in Beverly Park were a little restricted and cramping his style. He said that Beverly Park mandates that parties with more than 20 guests have to have valet parking, and there has to be a staff member at the front gate during the part, which makes it hard for him to throw impromptu gatherings. So everything Micheal has done has made the neighborhood complain about the house trying to fight the permits, but we never know what happens next. But the only thing we all are thinking and really want is Micheal putting the house for sale so that we can actually see it in real life and look at the description for Xfinity promo code for Comcast and Wi-Fi, because you will never regret it. Bye, and I will see you in the next episode. more the thing is, though it's not exactly a mansion yet, this house is still actually half built. It's been under construction for around 8 years now. The owner was trying to build the biggest mansion the city has ever heard of. That final building size on this one was not clear, but some people said that it was a 139,000 square foot house. Those plans were asked through following intense neighbor opposition. These neighbors were convinced that he was not trying to build a house. He was trying to just build a big party mansion. The place was originally planned to have 3 swimming pools, a helipad, tennis pavilions, 6 bars, a deck that could hold up to 550 people. As you can get, we're in the Beverly Crest neighborhood, a neighborhood that's sandwiched between Bel Air, the Hollywood Hills, and Beverly Hills, and Sherman Oaks. Anyways, getting into the history here, the story of 10,101 Angelo View Drive started back in April of 2014. At the time, the original listing description called this the last promontory available, inlay featuring over 3 acres of land, crowned in a dramatic 1,000-foot elevation from LA's basin, with the ability to construct a home over 35,000 square feet. Speaking of the guy who walked through this house and decided to buy it, his name is Micheal Scott. Surprisingly, there's not much information about Micheal Scott, but he is described as a trailer park magnate by some sources, meaning he made most of his money owning and developing mobile home parks. His company was called Court and Scott, which according to the last data I could find, the company was founded in 2001, but dissolved in 2020, in 2014, though he must have been at the peak of his success as a mobile home park developer, because he wasted no time getting plans submitted to the city to build his new mansion. Now, for the next part of the story, it's going to feel like I am jumping ahead a little bit. And the reason for that is because when these plans were originally submitted in 2014, surprisingly, there was no news coverage at that time saying there's going to be some crazy build in Beverly Hills. That is, like, you got to remember, this is high-end neighborhood, so plopping down an 80,000 plus square feet house. So plotting a 80,000 plus square foot mansion would be a little out of place. When the owner Micheal was getting all this backlash, he did write a letter to the LA city attorney in March of 2015 saying, hey, my house is only going to be 62,907 square feet above a basement. And the house above a basement detail is an important piece of information because, yeah, the base is where there is a lot of descriptions. The building plans showed that the basement would be a 3-story basement just by itself, and it would measure almost 40,000 square feet in total. At that time, there was this old city ordinance that said that basement square footage on hillside homes did not need to be included in livable square footage calculations. For one way that I did not know that there is so much money in mobile home parks. And the second thing is that it is not clear why Micheal Company got taken down, but I can only assume that at some point in the past couple of years, him and his partner sold and rode off into the sunset. What I think is that it will take 2 or 3.5 more years till the house is finished, and I don't think by the time he is done, he will even care about his house. Let's just have our hands crossed that they put this house for sale so that we can actually see this house buy, and I will see you in the next episode. Hi everyone, and welcome to Angelo View Drama Episode 4, and today we are going to view the photos of 10101 Angelo View Drive. And we are also going to look at the original house, and this photos we are looking at, I don't know if you guys will like it, but let us see. So, before we take a look at the old lot that is still available, let us remember about our houses. Let us say you live in a hotel, and you are looking for where you can buy or rent homes, or even find a good agent. Compass is the right place. Compass Real Estate is a technology-driven residential real estate brokerage that empowers agents with a proprietary, end-to-end software platform for marketing, client relationship management, and transaction processes. As a top U.S. brokerage, they focus on high-end, efficient, and in many cases, exclusive private listings. Acting as a tech company for real estate, Compass provides agents with a suite of tools, including Compass CRM for client management and the Marketing Center to create digital and print materials. They utilize a three-phase marketing strategy, often showing listings privately to a network of agents before putting them on the public multiple listing service, MLS, aimed at increasing efficiency and securing higher off-market deals. A Pinterest-like visual collaboration tool that allows agents and clients to track listings in real time. Compass One acts as a client-facing dashboard, tracking the entire buying-selling process from listing to closing. As a major residential brokerage, Compass operates with physical offices across the U.S., focusing on luxury and top-producing agents. So let us say you want to be a Compass agent. They also have classes where you can learn and you can get a discount using the promo code COMPASS, 30 for 30% off, and I will put it in the description. Now let's get back to the video. I couldn't believe this, but the original photos are actually still available from way back then. So let's just check these out really quick. They're just really fuzzy, but at least it'll give us a sense for the views. I believe this here is the old house that was sitting on the lot. It's at the back of a cul-de-sac. And what's unique about a property like this is you have a pretty good variety of views. So you've got trees right in front of you, the ocean in the background. If you look the other direction, the city's in the background. So you're going to have those twinkling lights at nighttime. And you can see that with this house, you actually get a lot of privacy too, because you're at the back of the street. You've got hillside and basically every direction in front of you. So a lot of this hillside's not buildable acreage, but it's still acreage that provides you that additional privacy in front of your house. And then flipping through some photos of the original house is kind of fun because this house is kind of irrelevant. It was knocked down a long time ago. But it's interesting to just see what the developer originally saw whenever he stepped foot on this property, and some of the views that he was imagining that he would be able to capture with a new house. We have a lot of renderings to view for this house, but here was the original renderings, which looks like it was done 100 years ago. That is so bad, but you can just see and exaggerate all the cars that are going to be in the street, all the people who are going to be partying on the decks and in the volleyball court. And then this is the updated rendering from 2017, but this is not how it will look actually, because it was also originally planned to call it Villa Capri, but they have changed the name, but this is going to look similar to the next photo. So they actually planned currently to call it Sky Villa, but I can just see the reason why they called it that name. And by the way, I like this driveway because around it is bamboo. So when you drive in, you will feel like you are in a street. And this is the driveway where they have a garage for parties and another private garage for the owner with his front door that leads in the house. And here is the what we call like backyard kinda, but it does not feel like one. But I just like it up here is a small relaxing place with the part of the house, and at the night you can just relax up here, and over here is where this house is the second special place, whereas a sauna, but not a sauna, just a place where the screen is just a projector. But I do not know how they did this. Here is just a small living room, and here is the bar, where I think they will use it as a party room, but I do not know. Over here is a movie theater, and they also have parties here with DJs and more things. With this outdoor relaxing place here is a kitchen that looks amazing. Shout out to Micheal Scott for allowing me to do this. Now here is a close view of the bar. I like the seating places in the house. They look good from the party room to a DJ area, and huge screen that shows arts and more colors is amazing. And here is the #1 special place in the house. That is the elevator. And I like that. It is virtual because it makes you think that you are in an island or in a city. I just love it. on all the renderings, I hope we get to see this house and they put it for sale. And I also want you to know that episode 5 is going to be the best video ever because the topic we are talking about is a topic no other real estate person has talked about. And the next video you will see at the end of this video will give you a hint. Bye, and I will see you in the next episode. So today, we are going to talk about Michael Scott's other house in Coachella, California, where you can rent the entire place, I think with its own private office spa areas, with a plunge pool and a massage room, a bar, and a place for the chef to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a gym, and a game room and horseback riding, and a sports pavilion. And yes, this place is built already, and in this episode, we will be talking about it. So, first of all, let us talk about the name of this place. They actually called this place Zenyara, and this house was owned by Michael Scott, where you can do events there. And I need to say, some of the things in Zenyara are similar to Sky Villa. But to know the history of 53,153 Jackson Street in Coachella starts on May 12th, 2015, when he bought a 37.92 acres land for $3.42 million. And when he bought this land, he knew that he would be able to have amenities, philanthropic events, and rental rates. And with the development of this place was a single-family residence of roughly 2,614 square feet that was built on the site in 2017. And now we know that Zenyara is famous for celebrities' vacations. This place is still available to rent to this day, and today we are actually going to see how Zenyara looks and talk about how it is good for people today. Now let's see the photos. I just love the exterior of this estate, especially in a 30-acre lot. Like, even if it rains, this house is amazing from the exterior to the interior. Shout out to Micheal for allowing us to do this. So here is the fire pit that looks similar to the rendering we talked about last episode. And this is also the relaxing area we also saw, but it's just that this one is not on a rooftop deck. And I like these lights, they just look excellent with the outdoor cooking area, which I think is for the chef. And this is the dining room for gatherings and philanthropy events for people, as we talked about in the beginning. And here is a glass showing these bushes, and I love this place. It almost looks like a museum. And here I think is one of those short-term or long-term rental areas, but this estate is not too public. Another living room, I just think this one is upstairs. And this is the kitchen, also for your rental house. This is the gym, but I do not know if it is a private gym for your rental property or the public one. But I am just assuming it's for the rental one because it's kind of a small room. So this video is sponsored by Michael Scott, and you may wonder what brand I am advertising today. Well, I will be advertising Zenyara itself. Today, Zenyara is the ultimate private estate in Coachella, California, and offers a supremely upscale vacation experience. For your daytime pleasure, cool off in the pool, lounge on one of the sun decks, walk down along our man-made white sand beach, rinse off in the outdoor shower, and enjoy a cocktail while you stargaze by the fire pit. Early birds can marvel at breathtaking views of the mountains from the comfort of your bedroom as the shades come up. Sunsets are equally magnificent, enjoyed poolside or while sipping a cocktail at the outdoor pool bar. Incredibly spacious with a crisp, clean style, Zenyara combines sophisticated European design with the simplicity of desert living. Zenyara is not open to the public, but is available for long-term or short-term rental. So I think that I really love Zenyara with all the rentals, and I think that I will need to tell my friend Marcus about it. And if you all don't know him, Marcus is my best friend, and his wife's name is Isabella, and his daughter's name is Olivia, and he is a politician, and we are both friends. But the thing is, he is a little richer than me. But this Dow hat, I do explain the real estate information by, and I will see you in the next episode.
Have you guys ever seen an $87 million French chateau sat on 8 acres overlooking the world? Today you're going to.
And look at this view.
Not a bad view from the bathroom, right?
Look at that monster house across the way that they're building. That looks, almost looks like the one.
It looks very much like the one.
Across the way that they're building. That looks almost like the one.
It looks very much like the one.
It's impossible. Hi everyone and welcome to episode 6, and today we are going to talk about Micheal Scott in the past as the party monster he was. And also I want you guys to comment if the last episode we did was good. I am sorry it was short because that day we filmed it I had a meeting with Marcus, so I could not finish it longer. But today we are going to check out the photos of Micheal Scott in his other house in Beverly Hills. Now let's check it out. Now this video is sponsored by me because I am making another YouTube channel while I am still using Real Estate Story and Real Estate TV. I am making a new channel called Real Estate Reacts where we react to things. But here is the thing, you cannot make another channel with that name because that is copyright. And here is the thing, I can sue. So anyway, I will put the link in the description. But please subscribe to the channel. Now let us get back to the video. So just to further validate Micheal's love for partying, I found this article from 2013 titled A Gander Inside the Micheal Scott Estate. It starts by saying, Micheal Scott, the self-made entrepreneur and social captain of Beverly Hills, isn't your typical LA business mogul, they say. He throws back to the community and his friends through charitable donations and fun gatherings for those in his circle. In other words, he's a party animal. This entire article is dedicated to showing off one of his parties. Even back in 2013, Micheal was hosting weekend parties and weekday dinner parties. His guest list always end up being full of models, celebrities. Of course, he makes sure there's chefs, there's bartenders, and there's DJ staff. And his mansion has actually been the source of a bunch of photo shoots too, which means that it's been indirectly featured in a bunch of magazines over the years. Let's be real, there is nothing wrong throwing a party for your friends and family every now and again. But when you are known as the LA party guy, and then you're trying to build a 139,000 square feet house in the middle of a neighborhood, no wonder the neighbors are going to be freaking out. So today, we are going to talk about the promise Micheal made to the neighbors and the agreements he, and if you have not checked out my other video about the billionaire tax, please go watch it now. Let us get back to the video. So nowadays, when you go to Google Satellite View, the most recent images show that despite his original plans getting rejected by the city, there is very obviously a huge house that's getting built here. Google Street View shows even more evidence that work is happening. These images are from about a year ago, and there's workers on site like currently doing work. And the most recent footage I could find was Guy here on TikTok. He visited the site a couple months ago, and in his video the house is in the background and still most definitely being worked on. What's crazy is that it was back in 2017 when Micheal's newer plans were officially approved. According to this website, they start by saying over the last several days Save Our Hillsides has been talking with Micheal Scott and his reps about how he could address the concerns about his property house. And they're grateful to say that at this point, after much conversation, Mr. Scott agreed to a number of reductions that go to the heart of what many of us have been concerned about for years. This new, smaller, revised project had a 47,000 feet reduction in floor area. There was a 30,000 feet reduction in the deck areas. He was adding 26,000 feet of green landscaped areas. There's a 51% reduction in the size of the pools. And then check this out. This is probably the most interesting part. So he is going to do a 99.8% reduction in the total diet export that we were talking about a minute ago. And the way he is going to do this is he's modifying the two large hillside decks in his most recent proposal. The purpose of these decks is to provide a place to conceal the dirt that needs to be moved on site to build the house. And if the dirt is not concealed in these deck enclosures, then it would need to be hauled away in massive trucks through the community. I mean, you got to hand it to the guy. That's a pretty creative solution. And for him to still be able to build what's probably going to be about 50,000 square feet house is basically not have to haul any dirt away is an incredible feat. Let's be honest. He's going to move the pool and the beach volleyball court closer to the house and farther away from the neighbors, so that won't be a nuisance. He's adding a wildlife corridor by planting 43 trees, including protected trees. He agreed to sign a covenant that prohibits anybody from making changes to these conditions to the property in the future, meaning that there's not a future owner who's going to be able to go turn this into a party house. They're going to have to preserve those decks the way they were built by Micheal. They're going to have to preserve that wildlife corridor and not take that over and convert that into party space. It's pretty wild though. Like this Save Our Hillsides entity ends by thanking Micheal Scott for all these reductions. They make a statement that it is now no longer necessary to fight his permits because he basically complied with everything they were looking for him to comply with, as far as I could tell if I had to guess. Just looking at the conditions of this site as of today, Micheal has at least 3 or 4 more years worth of construction to do here before the house is finished. It makes me wonder if by the time he's done with it, if he even cares about having a massive party house in Beverly Crest as much as he did way back in 2014. I guess we can cross our fingers that by the time he finishes it, he just has a change of heart and decides to list it for sale instead of moving in there. That way we get to actually see how this infamous property turned out. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you next video. Today we are going to be talking about the Billionaire Tax Act and how a lot of celebrities had to leave California because of this tax. Imagine owning a $200 million mansion, luxury businesses, private investments, and then getting hit with a brand new billionaire tax. Well, that may soon become reality. California's proposed 2026 Billionaire Tax Act is officially heading to the November ballot, and people are already calling it one of the most controversial tax proposals in America. The proposal would place a one-time 5% tax on the net worth of California residents, worth more than $1 billion. That means this is not just a tax on yearly income. It's a tax based on total wealth. So if someone owns massive real estate portfolios, company shares, mansions, yachts, or investments, all of that could potentially count toward their net worth. And according to reports, only around 200 Californians would actually be affected. But because California is home to so many billionaires, the state believes this tax could raise billions of dollars. Supporters of the tax say the money would mainly go toward three major areas. First, Micheal, California's healthcare system. Second, K-14 education. And third, food assistance programs. The proposal is heavily backed by healthcare workers and advocacy groups who argue that billionaires should contribute more to public services. They believe this could help reduce inequality while funding programs that millions of Californians rely on. But critics say this could create a massive problem for California. Some billionaires and business leaders argue that higher taxes could push wealthy residents to leave the state entirely. And honestly, California has already seen major millionaires and companies move to places like Texas and Florida because of taxes and regulations. So now people are asking, could this billionaire tax accelerate that trend? Because if even a handful of billionaires leave California, the state could lose major investments, luxury real estate activity, and future tax revenue. And this is where the real estate world starts paying attention. If billionaires begin relocating, what happens to California's ultra-luxury housing market? We're talking about mega mansions in Beverly Hills, Malibu beachfront estates, Silicon Valley compounds, and luxury penthouses. Some experts believe the tax could increase high-end home listings if wealthy owners decide to move their primary residence out of California. And if enough billionaire-owned properties hit the market, that could completely reshape parts of the luxury real estate industry. So the big question is, should billionaires pay more taxes to support public programs? Or could this proposal hurt California's economy and luxury real estate market in the long run? One thing is certain, the November ballot could become one of the biggest financial battles in California history. What do you think? Would you support a billionaire tax? Comment below. Bye, and I will see you in the next video.